Well, Harry Styles has bought his fourth house. Well, not just a house, but a mega mansion. So it kind of hit the news today that he decided to not buy just one, but actually four houses on the same street in Hampstead in North London. So the media is calling it Harry's mega mansion project. But for fans, and especially the Larry Stylinson fandom, maybe this isn't just real estate. So I'm not saying the Larrys are all saying this, but sort of there's been some chatter, and it's not just real estate in the chatter. It's there's a bit of the narrative, the symbolism, and some suggest it might be strategy. So what has Harry really built in Hampstead, and how might fans interpret this mega estate? Could it mean anything for the Larry timeline? And why is this so-called compound seen as maybe a hidden safe place, safe space, not just for Harry, but maybe for him and Lily? So, what do we know about Harry's compound? So, let's start with some of the facts. So, over the last several years, Harry Styles has quietly purchased four properties on the same North London street. Reports say he plans to combine them into a single estate, a sprawling multi home compound with connected gardens, driveways, and potentially shared facilities. Uh, the project has drawn comparisons to Ed Sheeran's Sharonville, where Ed built a family retreat of multiple homes on his Suffolk land. So tabloids describe Harry's build as luxurious, eccentric, and a little mysterious. Details include plans for renovations that link the houses, speculation about private gyms, studios, and guest quarters, the suggestion that Harry wants not just a house, but a fortress of privacy. And that man deserves it because people just won't leave him alone. I mean, he was at some wedding of, I think, two weddings at the late in August. They were private weddings of, I think, two really great close childhood friends, and he even there he couldn't get privacy. Like somebody, like a guest, leaked a picture of Harry, and it's like, come on. Um, so what does a fortress mean in the Larry narrative? Well, I kind of hope that it means privacy for at least Harry. And people could just give Harry some peace. Well, that's where the theories start. Remember, Harry's been sort of grappling with the intrusions of the paparazzi since he was 16. Because he did have to get a restraining order against the British press when he was like 18 or 19. And that's pretty insane. All right, so let's look at privacy and control. So for years, Harry has been a master of balancing visibility with mystery. He's one of the most photographed people in the world. Yet his private life remains frustratingly for the paparazzi out of reach. So buying a cluster of houses isn't just about wealth, it's about control. Think about it. Four homes means four sets of walls and gates. It means a buffer between Harry and the outside world. It means he can design who comes in and who goes out, and how much of himself he reveals. For fans, that raises the question, who exactly is this fortress built to protect? Just Harry, or someone else who doesn't want the world to see? Well, let's look at the Larry timeline. So let's situate this in the Larry Stylinson arc timeline. Harry and Louis' rumored relationship since 2010 has always been shadowed by industry control. Contracts, NDAs, stage relationships, and carefully managed narratives. So for years, Larry fans have argued that one of the main reasons the truth has never come out is lack of safe space. Safe space is safe space to live together. Safe space to be seen without being watched. Safe space to actually exist without fear of exposure. So when Harry starts building what looks like a walled compound, it sets off alarms in Larry's circles. Is this finally the safe haven fans have always imagined? So the symbolism of a compound. So the symbolism is powerful. A single mansion is about wealth, but a compound is about community. It implies multiple people, multiple purposes, family guests, perhaps even a secret partner. Maybe it's not just about Harry locking himself away. It's Harry creating a space where he controls the entire narrative of who shares his life. So to Larry believers, that's more than architecture. That's actually metaphor. So the reaction to the fandom of this real estate expansion. So far, because this was only announced 11 or 12 hours ago. So like Reddit, Tumblr, TikTok, fan reactions, so far appear to be split into directions. The mainstream directioners, they see it as a quirky celebrity move. They joke about Harry turning into a British Ed Sheeran, or imagine him filling the homes with cats, guitars, or Gucci archives. So the Larry Stylinson fans, they may see it a little differently. This isn't about property, it's about privacy. And I'm on this side because I really think that Harry really needs to be given some space. I think, more than half his life, people have bugged him. Um, Other questions arise, like why else would he need four? The compound isn't for one person, it's for two. Memes and edits may already be labeling it Larry's London hideout. Okay, industry strategy. So let's also consider how this looks through the lens of industry strategy. Harry's brand thrives on mystique. His sexuality, his relationships, his art, it's all deliberately blurred, like left open to interpretation. A mega compound allows him to feed that mystique while shielding the truth. He could live there with a partner for years. The public would never know. Every pap shot would be at the gate, never inside. That creates the perfect stage for dual realities. The public Harry, free-spirited, gender-fluid, ever ambiguous. Private Harry, settled, partnered, maybe even sharing space with Louis. All right, and what is the safe space theory? Well, here's how we could maybe bring it together. The safe space theory. So for Larry fans, the idea is simple. Harry's compound isn't just about walls, it's about freedom. Freedom from the paparazzi, freedom from management, and freedom from the endless cycle of PR relationships. In this theory, Harry isn't just buying houses, he's building a sanctuary that he really does deserve. A place where he and Louis could exist without proof, without photos, without evidence, and therefore without exposure. It's not confirmation, it's just possibility. And in fandom spaces, possibility is everything. Emotional resonance. Okay, so this is why the compound resonates so deeply, or could resonate so deeply with Larry fans. So for over a decade, they've imagined Harry and Louis longing for a place to be free, a cottage in the countryside, a retreat in the city, somewhere they can breathe. Harry's compound becomes a fantasy, turned real estate. It's not just property, it's projection, it's hope carved into London brick. But then there's some counterpoints. So, of course, not everyone agrees. Skeptics could argue that Harry is simply investing in property. Multi-home estates are common among the ultra-wealthy. There's no evidence Louis has any connection to Hampstead. These points are valid, but as Larry has shown us, what matters isn't only facts, it's how fans interpret them. So what's Harry's secret compound? Well, to the press, it's a mega mansion project. To casual fans, it's eccentric celebrity wealth. To some in the Larry Stylinson universe, maybe it's something else entirely, the long-awaited safe space. Maybe it's fantasy, maybe it's projection, but maybe, just maybe, it's exactly what Harry wanted it to be, a sanctuary that no one can take away. And that is why theories like this, they live on. But, it is quite a lot to have four houses on the same street. But yes, if you want to build like a whole estate-like compound in the heart of London, that would do it. Because Harry doesn't get a lot of privacy. I think he really tries to be gracious, but he can't really do anything without somebody somewhere somehow wanting a photo. And if he says no, it backfires, which is not fair. He should have the right to say no. So I like to believe that it is a sanctuary for Larry, for him and Louis, and if he has all this money, he might as well enjoy it. But having the estate really helps guard the privacy, which I think he's desperate for. The price of fame is giving up privacy, but not all of it. So, will this be the last of the Harry house purchases? Maybe so, maybe not. Time will tell.